Yeah! We're down here in the basement of Precision Rafting. Some strange noise I heard. Oh God, what was that? What was that? Oh God, what was that? What was that? I'm scared. Mommy, I'm scared.
I got the bus.
Our Raptors make their way on the bus.
You guys so close. Doing all the paddling. That's right. That's behind the Joe. Oh.
Okay, and here comes the bus. Hey! All right. Hey, now. How's it going?
We survived the bus ride.
That was the tough part. part of the trip.
Yeah. We're all scared.
I'm scared.
Yeah.
I'm scared. What's up?
The helmet, if you'd work this way, please. My name is Roger, and I'd like to personally welcome everybody here to the upper yacht. Arranged if you misuse the paddle or do not control it. What you want to think about is pretty much at all times. We've never done the upper yacht before. What happens is we start out with just 1.5 miles of moving water, like you see out there behind you now. In that 1.5 miles, your individual guide is going to cut off. Then it's slowly unwind to where you get back to town again, and it's a flat water river. May. Not saying it's going to happen, but it's a strong chance out there with a group of this size that at least one key phrases like, hang on or get down. If this happens, it's best to heed the warning. In the form of some phrases like, hey, turn around, the raft's right behind you, or swim to your left, swim to your right. This works really well. Stuff into a little bag like this. And at this point, what we're going to try to do is make eye contact with you so you know. Ready for it? We throw the rope back. They have to keep your arms a little bit slow.
Okay, and as our rafters finish their safety talk, we'll close it up here and see our first major rapid lake, Gap Falls. Here we are at Gap Falls. All the water comes over the river left here and forms this churning hole. Our first warm-up class 4. We'll see how they do. Okay, here goes Jeff Snyder with another strider. Strider with hand paddler. Solo paddle with his hands. Yeah. And Snyder surfs the reactionary hole up top. Spinning it around, yeah. Working the rapid. Find another little hole to surf over here. Towards the middle. Now he's going to cut over into this eddy. Real hard eddy to catch, especially when you're standing up. Yeah, and he does a good job. All right, he's out of the eddy. Taking a big punch here at Gap. Beautiful. Woo! All right, now he's going to try at the hole here. Yeah! Alright, now we're downstream from the hole. He's gonna have another go here. Yeah. Okay, as we look on downstream, there's another little hole downstream too. Our striders are striding it up. There's striding Stacy. Having a go. Snyder. Okay, and here comes our trip. And now Ryder Giselle is going to have a turn at the wave holes up top. Just 360s. Okay, first up it's Mark Gallagher and his crew getting the big hit. Followed by Jeff Simcoe and his boat. Getting the big hit. Next up, Creed and his crew. Yeah, getting the big hit. Nice job. Nice job. Okay, Walter. And then Wild Bill. Wild Bill and his crew are getting the big hit. Good job. That'll do it for us then. We'll look for you on downstream. there, folks. Walking the bastard. It'll beat you like a red-headed stepson if you mess up in here, folks. Lots of boulders, pour-overs, constrictions. Wait and see how they do. All right, and after I passed the house, I was able to catch back up with our striders. Let's see how they do. In the front's Jeff Snyder, inventor of striding. And striding Stacy. Yeah. All right, and Yeti hopping down through here. Snyder over some big pour-overs, followed by Stacy. Making it look so easy. Assures me that it is. And on downstream they go. Here comes our first raft. Mark Gallagher and his crew. Caught that Eddie, peels back out. But he's got to get line here. Yeah, good job, fella. Into the Eddie to set station. Alright, next up, Simcoe and his crew. Looks like he's thinking about running left here, maybe. Punching sideways through that big hole. That ejects one. And he heads over left. And now through the big hole, a little backwards sideways. Manages to hold on though. All right, Creed's gonna definitely go left here. Yeah. All right, now we have Walter. Walter and his crew. Not too bastard. There you go. Nice job by Water and his crew. Alright, Deb's a lot of control at the top here. Crew's holding on. Does a good job of straightening back out. Get a little speed now. Punch this thing. And they drift through onto the rock. Find their way on down. There you go. Alright, now Wild Bill and his crew. That's where he flipped Friday. Manages to hold on today though. Good job.
Video camera
yeah.
right there.
Hey, now. Alright, that's gonna do it for us here, Bastards. First major class tour of the day. We'll look for you on downstream. Alright, welcome to National Falls. That's the boot move, turns 2 drops. Big hole there. Look out upstream. There are striders. There's triple drop. Get the big boot, yeah. And the Tiger gets a solid chundering and striding Stacy. He's a lot of control. He gets work too. In the hole. 2 swimmers, it's raft soup. Carnage Beast rears his ugly head and eats rafters. And his boat's still in the eddy there. So I was going to give him a helping hand here, pushing out the current. Maybe. There it goes. He got it. Good job, fella. And another kayaker goes into the hole. The crowds go wild. On Nintendo. Beautiful. There you go. And here comes our first raft down through Triple Drop. Gallagher and his crew. Down to set safety. Looks like our trainee, Greg's in the hole. Getting the surf. Now he's going for the body surf. And Zavell comes and pushes him in the eddy. Walter getting the big hit there. And down the eddy. Looks like our trainee's dropped his paddle. He's out of control here. And now Nate. Nate in the hole. Nate out of control. Good job, Nate. Alright, here comes Simcoe down from Triple Drop. Coming down the Triple Drop is Deb and her crew. Yeah, nice one. All forward and right through. Nicely done. Alright, Creed and his crew going for the big Natural Fall boat beer. Yeah. And our trainee has a raft paddle now. There's Wild Bill. They're going to enter at the same time, I think. Oh, this could be bad. Oh, yeah. And once again, Carnage Beast rears his ugly head and eats a rafter. And a duck. All right, here comes Ryder Zabel for the big boat. Yeah. Gallagher. As the kayaker surfs the hole. And Gallagher slides cleanly on by. There you go. Alright, then here comes Walter and his crew. Power, lots of speed, cleanly over the drop. There you go. All right, then that's going to do it here for us today. We'll look for you on downstream.
Welcome to Highs Air Ling. Here's the approach campground. In between those two rocks, a time warp. You can also come the other side of this island here to the down the rifle barrel. And then all the water pillows up onto this rock I'm sitting on. The moves to get a big 360 down through that hole into the eddy. See how they do. Yeah! All right. Okay, and here come the striders. Down through rifle barrel with Jeff. Here's Stacy. Surfing Stacy. And up on the pillow. Yeah, Stacy doing a good job with it. There you go. And our head piler goes by. Good job. There goes the man. Man with a plan. Best thing since canned ham. On downstream with Stacy. Here comes Nancy Isabel. Here's the Highs Air Ling. Yeah. Alright, there's Isabel. And there's Gallagher. Headed into the campground. Around that rock. Now Creed and his crew making a move. Around the other side of the rock. Into the campground. And Isabel's gonna do the time warp. And there's Walter. There goes the bell, yeah. And Walter. All right, Jeff Simcoe and his crew. Getting hung up on the rock there for a second. Spins it on down into the campground. All right, here comes Walter. Busting a move. Launching up on the rock there. All right, now Simcoe. Yeah. There you go. Oh my God, I've never seen a raft over that far river left. What are they doing? High-sided. Could be bad. Breakaway for Wild Bill. There you go. All right, now Creed and his crew. Hit. Yeah. All right, looks like she's going to take control and shove that boat off that rock. Here comes Gallagher and his crew. Getting the 360. And she's off there, good job. Interesting route, but I think she might be able to straighten it out here. Yeah.
taking the race line today. There you go. Charging the eddy. There you go. Now Tim's going his crew, digging hard, digging fast. Doing a good job. Wow, Bill. Right in the way here. That raft coming, does a good job though. Yeah. Alright then folks, that's gonna do it for us. We'll look for you on downstream. Alright folks, welcome to the cleavers. Big tree stuck in that slot. And right around here, it's a more difficult move. Right in front of Wally Cleaver. See how they do? Alright, I believe Deb managed to pin a raft up there. Alright, Creed's gonna take the tree slot. Down through. Good job. Alright, you don't want to lose too much speed in there. You get stuck in the eddy right up against that big rock. He does a good job, though. Now Gallagher. Doggy. Launching that airboat up in the air there. There you go.
Okay, here comes Brian and Lydia.
Brian and Lydia with Walter. Coming down through Meat Cleaver. Oh, he finds the rock. He manages to power down the eddy line. That's a good job. There you go, fella. I hate to pin a name on Deborah, but there's a lot of rocks down here. I don't know what it would be.
Oh, they hit the log.
Oh, up against that rock, she bounces back into the current though. And puts the boat where it needs to be, right down the middle. That's a good job. Wild Bill now. They look like a piece of cake. Alright then. We'll look for you on downstream. Yeah! Searching the deepest wilds of the Yakagani. We're in search of rafters, our elusive and weary prey. Hiding in the bushes. Here at Cheeseburger Falls, our last major class 5 of the day, folks. Big old rock garden over here. Can't go there. Have to come this way. Look on over. See a big 6-foot waterfall. And here comes the bell. On down through. All right,
first up Creed and his crew. Yeah, rock on. Now Gallagher. Right up next to the rock. Demko. On down past the onion. And Gallagher's at the tomato. And now Walter. Better known as Water. Water making a big cheeseburger fall right over the highest part. Yeah, there you go. All right, Deb and her crew. Yeah. All right, El Wildo Bill. Yeah. And on downstream they go. Double pencil sharpener, our last class 5 of the day. Here comes our trip. Yeah, Creed with the cheese, the paddle spin, hitting a big hole there. Now Gallagher. Yeah, getting up against that big pour over hole there. And now Wild Bill. Catching that hole, punching it hard. And now Walter. All right, here comes Simcoe. Give him some. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, last up, Deb and her crew. And she aces it. Yeah. There you go. All right, there's a little surf hole just right beyond here. Still getting in it there. Oh! Yeah! It's raft madness, folks. See if Creed can't do better and actually drop somebody. Simcoe's gonna get the wheelie. Little ender. Folks, that's pretty much going to wind things up for us today. It's been a real pleasure showing this beautiful, pristine river to you. If you enjoyed your ride today, be sure the man in the back had something to do with it, so don't hesitate to express your gratuity, if you know what I mean. Thanks a lot for being with us. Back in the old days, we didn't have all that fancy whitewater stuff. Let's go, man. Thank you. Choose rafting for operator today. Hey, now who from makes some noise?
Maryland.
Yeah.
Stacy Kurtz.
How about you, fella? Where are you from? Mike?
Canada.
Is that pretty? Isn't it? Glad to be with us. How about you?
Marksville.
It's not Columbia. I'm not sure where that is.
Also.
Okay. You going cycle 4 class 5 day?
Try.
All right, our guy. Boat's ready. Our Raptors get their safety talk from Roger.
All the stuff. Rapid, much harder. So hopefully your practice has paid off. At the end of that, I might go into the river. Swim. What I do, myself by hitting that river, you might hear me yelling. This works really well if you respond quickly. If you don't,
Okay, and as our Raptors get the talk from Roger.
People fall in.
That one. Major rapid of the day got balls.
Respond. Then we try to start coaching by yelling for you to swim one way, or turn around, or. Walter's got.
All right, welcome to Gap Falls. I've actually managed to beat down here. Quite a bit as the water gets down to it. Big hole for it. That rock will go underwater. Water covers the rock. And the hole is in. All right, there's a nice little wave on. You'll feel that. Gets you, Eddie. The hole. Hey, we have a surfer in the hole. Man. All right, Snyder's gonna go back in. He's in the hole. trip. There's Roger's Develop. The action holes up top. Surfing it up. And here comes our trip. First serve. Oliver and Chris off the big hit at Gap Falls here. And they punch Lenny. Stay off. Do it again. He makes it through. And our training Greg. Pushing through. Sure. Jamie and Krug over the big hit here. Follow my time. Walter. Good job. Don't want to be there. Watch it. Yeah, all right, that'll do it for us then. We'll see you down our first big one. Faster, just downstream. We'll be there. Right there, folks. Welcome to the first. Like a red-headed stepson. Call Bachelor. Right or you go left. Whole lot of shoulders in the middle. There's a big one. Lots of these rocks to form the pour-overs. That's a big drop. See how they do. Nancy DeVille. And a big drop over on river right there. And Nathan. This is myself. Here comes Tom Gerhardt shredding it up. And here comes our first Gallagher. Doing a good job on that over there. A little juicier. To the big hole. And off the good job. All right, now Oliver. Go do. doing here today. Oh, man. Anyway, let me down. Yeah. Watching crew. Alright, that'll do it for us. Just around the bend. Got 2, 3 big ones. All class 5 just downstream. We'll see you there. Come to the tournament. A whole lot of them here, National. Looking upstream. That's the boot move, or you can run right. Look upstream. So triple drop. Oh. There you go. Alright, there's the bell and rider. Got the drop. And here's Mark out. Rocking and rolling. And hole at the bottom. Good job. Get there. Fast and furious today. Alright, here comes Tom. Shooting it up. Get a little sideways down there. Alright, down to the bottom. Got Tom going in the hole. And right back. Skirted it. Walter. Lining up to hit that big. Busting through. Good job. They'll get the big boat. There you go. All right, like Doug. Breaking away. Yeah. There you go. All right. Oh, it hit. Oh, getting the wrath of the hole. All right, looks like Jack. Trying to get some speed up here. Yeah, clean, nicely done. Now, Walter. Going for the big booth. There you go. All right, now here comes Raf guy Dick. Around here. alligator. And he slides, Bailey. Oh! And the road comes out. And he's the right. Oh. And she. All right. Yeah. And back into the and back out. He gets in completely mid water there. All right, that'll do it for us here at National. For you on downstream. 20 more good to come. Yeah. Way. Get there. All right. Well, top's a great little kayak hole. Kayaking wasn't enough for me, these little boats. He starts standing up in an inflatable kayak. Today he's just in wicked famous people. Yeah! All right, this is our trip. Zinger. And he's out of it. All right. The Hollywood porn star. Great. Good rodeo. How much loses one? I'm gonna refreshing drink just around the bend. And Rod oh, oh. Yeah, alright, there's Walter. Background. There he is. Bell. Campground. And our first raft is at a campground. And way up on the pit. Now you go. And on down to the. Alright, around. Somewhere here, a little better. Looks like they're off there. They get Deb. There. All right, I don't know if you can craft that. Try any. Come, got you. Yeah. And on that. Going out of the. Yeah. That'll do it for us. Oh, three. Crew. Yeah, Gallagher and that down. See our ass. You don't want that's tombstone. First place to be on the river. First down. Jamie. I get her on. Oh. And now punch another. My head right from the meter, just hold up. I'll see you there. Hi, folks. One of our last big ones here. Looks like Jess Snyder. Right in the hole. Up is here. Oh. Earhart. There you go. Off the edge of the earth. Home now. and they'll appreciate